right?
Yeah,
I don't
we
know if
talked
you
about
guys
that.
saw that.
He was getting stabbed in the head or
Yeah.
something.
He was getting stabbed in the head, the eyes, like he was trying to cut his head off. I don't mean to be
All right.
graphic, but that's what happened.
What's
Everyone
going
knows
on,
about.
everybody? Welcome back for episode 9. My name is Brandon Ash, aka Sergeant Ash. These two gentlemen are Staff Sergeant Mike Barreri, retired, and Specialist Bradley Nash. And this is Sergeant's Corner.
So I was actually talking to the wife about this, and she brought up a good topic. She brought up an incident that happened years ago, right? And it brought a debate. Every now and then we talk about it and we debate over it. What happened was years ago, we were in Hawaii driving home from the beach, and it was like heavy traffic in this main road in Hawaii, right off of Schofield Barracks. And all I see is this woman running away in the middle of the road, right? Stopping traffic, and she's screaming, help me, he's after me, right? And this guy chasing her, and she's screaming bloody murder. So to me, I've always, I don't know, it's instinct, whatever. I step out of the car, right? My wife is actually driving, so I step out of the car and I try to get in between them and help her out. Turns out that basically there were two crackheads, and she stole his drugs or some crap like that, right? But that's not the point. Should you be a good Samaritan and intervene when someone calls for help, or should you not get involved?
I think it comes down to a lot of with culture today is a lot of people will stop and stare and record before helping or even calling 911 because they need content.
Mhm.
So I think that's part of it. And then I think the other part is legality. Like if you were to step into this fight, whether or even try to help her and there's an altercation and you get involved, you could get arrested and deal with punishment yourself. I mean, if they try to hit you and you defend yourself or whatever, sticking your neck out trying to help someone, you could end up getting punished for it. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like they don't want to deal with the headache. It's not their problem. A lot of people brush it off like it's not my problem. I'm just gonna keep on going. So
See,
I think that's the major thing on my end
how
of that.
how do you feel about it? Do you stand on, hey, it's not my problem. I'm not getting involved. I'm not risking my neck out for this complete stranger. Or are you the type of person to actually be like, you know what, I'm gonna try to help this person out, even though I don't know him?
So, me personally, I mean, it would probably depend on the circumstance. Like, I seen a video of there was a social experiment, and they took a child and they had the child walking around. I think it was England, and they had someone come in and grab her and take her into the back room, and she was screaming, and to see how many people would actually call or try to help. And you'd be surprised at how many people just watch this little girl get swooped up and taken away.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think if it was something like that, I would definitely help. If it was like a group brawl, I'm not gonna intervene. I might call the cops. If it was something like what you said, where someone's screaming for help, I might get out and see what the problem is. Like if she actually needs help, or if it's like a crackhead who stole someone's drugs, or
Yeah.
maybe she was the abuser. Maybe she walked by, punched this guy in the face, and then he started chasing her, and she's just screaming, "Help! Help! Help!" So definitely circumstantial, and if like I said, if it was like the case you had in Hawaii, I think
Mm.
I would definitely intervene. I would stop and be like, "What's going on? You guys can't be screaming out here. Are you
Yeah.
okay? Do we need to call the cops? What?" And figure it out from there. And if neither side was listening, then I think the best intervention would be calling the cops because I'm not gonna put it on. I'm not gonna put my family and my body on the line for this
Yeah.
stranger. Uh, well, like I said, circumstantial too, because if it was like a child getting kidnapped and you tried to, intervene and someone tried to stab you, something you might put your life on the line for that. But for a crackhead, which I'm sure she probably looked like a
No,
crackhead because they normally
she
look like
didn't.
crackheads. She
That's the
didn't?
thing.
Oh,
This
that's
one,
surprising.
this one did not. It legitimate looked like a female getting assaulted by some dude chasing after her. Right. It
Yeah.
wasn't until I got closer, right, and I heard him say she's got something of mine. She took it, she put it in her bag, and then I was like, okay. And then I got closer and I saw basically what do you call them?
The syringe marks or needle marks.
syringe marks and whatever, and she looked kind of strung out, but from a distance she looked like a normal woman. Now here's my thing, right? Let's say she wasn't. Let's say it was somebody, just a female running and screaming for help. In my mind, right, it could be someone's daughter, it could be someone's mother, you know what I mean? It could be someone's wife, you know, and then you're over there just standing back and not doing anything when you're capable of intervening, doing something, heck, just making a bunch of noise like, hey, leave her alone, whatever, you know what I mean? But doing something, it reminds me of some certain cases that happened recently, right? Two cases. I think this happened recently in England, where some dude was getting stabbed by a Somali guy, right?
You told,
I don't
we
know if
talked
you
about
guys saw
that. He was getting stabbed in the head or
Yeah.
something.
He was getting stabbed in the head, the eyes, like he was trying to cut his head off. I don't mean to be graphic, but that's what happened. Everyone knows about this case because it caused riots over some migrant issues they're having and immigration issues they're having in Europe, right? But my issue was nobody was doing anything. All they were doing was filming this. It took one person to finally intervene. They went and grabbed a shovel and just started whacking at the guy. And then that one person, finally, other people started getting some balls and like intervening, hitting him, trying to take him out, you know, and they finally got the guy off him. The guy actually survived. I don't know what his status is now, but I mean, to watch another human being just getting, mind you, he's got a knife, so you're consciously making this decision. Hey, this guy's got a weapon. There's blood everywhere. Should I try to save this person's life?
So
You know?
here's the thing on it. You got to think about like how you're brought up during school, jobs, all this stuff. People react on follow the leader, basically, right? Like that's kind of how you're brought up. Do what you're told to do,
Yeah.
or do what you see. So a lot of the times I think that somebody's always waiting for that one person to respond, and that gives them that, okay,
Yeah.
it must be fine to help now.
Mhm.
And without
Yeah.
that, without having that direction, everybody just seems to be lost. And then the people that do, which isn't very often, when they do react, that's generally somebody who would be a leader just in general, you know?
Yeah.
They probably do things in life that people want to follow them. I don't know though, man. Having a woman scream down the road, my first reaction obviously I would definitely be like, hey, what the hell's going on? Right.
Yeah.
But that also,
Would you
it's
keep driving, or would you step out of the car and try to do something about it?
no, if somebody was screaming, asking for help, but here's the problem with being situational, right? If I have my family with me, I have to make sure that they're the number one protected first, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't just pull over because what if this guy whips out a gun, boom, 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 and I lost my
Yeah.
family or I died and they lost their dad just because I'm trying to be a hero. So
Mm-hmm.
it'd be a little situational. I think at minimum I would pull over, be like, hey, everybody, stay here for a second. Let me go see what's going on. Something like that. Because there's so many scenarios. It doesn't have to be somebody like that. Have you ever seen a car accident? People will just keep going, like, oh, somebody else will stop.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I witness it
absolutely.
all the time, dude. They drive right by. Oh, somebody else will do it. It's like, you're a dude.
I was going to bring that up actually because recently, about a month or two ago, we were at the park with family get together, and we were all leaving. Brandon left first, and then I followed not shortly after, and we see this car that's rolled over, and a truck from a distance looks like Brandon's and is like pulled over.
Yeah.
So our initial thought, my wife's initial thought was, is that Brand? I was like, nah, that doesn't look like his truck. And as we got closer, it's like, oh, it does look like his Jeep because he has this back rack on there. So it doesn't look like a Jeep Gladiator from far away. But as you got closer, I could see it was a rack. I was like, maybe they thought it was our uncle that rolled over because it was the same car, or maybe he was involved in the accident. And when we got closer, we asked, are you guys okay? And he was good. He was just helping out. He seen someone roll over and was trying to help him out of the situation before the car caught fire or whatever. So
Yeah. So in that
Now-
scenario specifically, I witnessed an accident firsthand.
I was just gonna
I
say,
knew
yeah.
my own capabilities, and that could be a problem with
Yep.
people as well. They don't know the capabilities. I
Yeah.
firmly believe that I can save somebody's life. So maybe that's why my first reaction is, hey, get out and help, because I'm confident in what I know how to do, right? And a regular civilian, they don't know what to do. Somebody's stabbing somebody in the head. What do I do? Nobody thinks, oh, I
But
don't know, go soccer kick this dude in the teeth because he's
Yeah,
too
the
busy
guy
stabbing
also
somebody in the face, right?
he also has a
Yeah.
weapon, so a lot of people are probably deterred from it. When
So
that person hit him in the head and maybe disoriented them, now they're like, okay, we can take him now, you know? So
so now here's my other thing, right? So before that incident in Hawaii happened, like I always had that it wasn't just the confidence like you had that, hey, I know my ability, I can help. Yeah, partly it was that, but the other thing is too, before I got to Hawaii, there was one thing I always did, and that was carry conceal. You know, I had a permit to carry conceal, and I never got out of the house without it. It's something I actually need to start doing again. But as soon as I PCS to Hawaii, because of the laws over there, you know what I mean? Like you can't just take your gun everywhere. And
Right.
I was stationed there for over 3 years, and I built that habit of carrying, and now I have that habit of not carrying. You know what I mean? So in the back of my mind, I still have that, like, what do you call it? A muscle memory of, oh, I have something to protect myself and my family should something go sideways. You know what I mean? But now
Yeah.
I got to try to make a mental note that I don't, or at least I need to go back to carrying. You know, but yeah, there's another incident that happened too. I mean, I could see the other side of it too. There's an incident here in, I think it was in North Carolina, where somebody heard this. There was a similar situation. They heard some commotion, a woman screaming for help. It was a domestic situation, right, between her and her boyfriend, and she's screaming bloody murder, help, help, help. So this man comes, father, I think he was the same age as I was, like 41, right?
Oh,
He
that's
goes in between them, tries to
terrible.
intervene, and ends up getting shot and died.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's it's a double-edged sword, basically. Like there's no, either way you look at it, you're taking a risk. Heck, even if he had a gun, he I don't think there was nothing he could do about that.
Right.
Getting shot like abruptly, unexpectedly. You know what I mean? So I think I don't know, man. Like, I really don't. I couldn't live with myself. I could not live with myself if later on I found out that, let's say, she wasn't a crackhead and she ended up getting like raped or murdered, and then I hear about it on the news, and it's some kids are crying over their mom dying or some crap like that, and then I have to live with that thought. Like, I could have done something about it. I could have tried to help this woman. You know what I mean? And what example am I setting to the kids, to my kids?
I think it comes down to what you're comfortable with, what you know you're capable of. And I think a lot of people today aren't confident and aren't willing to stick their neck out for someone else. Like, why am I gonna put myself up for this total stranger, whether they're gonna get killed or hurt anyways, is not my problem. And I think that's the mentality of a lot of people. Um, is even pulling out their phones can be evidence too, but a lot of times they're just doing it to post on social media to get views.
Yeah.
So it's really
I think,
situational based. So
yeah, it's like you need to ask yourself, like, how do I help without making yourself the victim, basically? You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Hmm.
Well,
So
the
it's
other
just
issue,
you gotta assess the situation.
the other issue with it is that the society is so sue hungry now that they don't care
Mm,
if you're there to help them or not. If somebody's just looking for a payday for whatever reason, like me, right? I helped these people. I
yeah,
ripped them out of the vehicle to make sure the thing can blow up on them. It's leaking gas. At the end of the day, all I know, they could have said, "Oh, he hurt me, pulling me out," and then they could try to sue me.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. So there's actually cases of
Mm-hmm.
things like that happen where what was it? Yeah, people rendering aid or helping, trying to help somebody, and then that person ends up getting sued by
Right.
by the
Yeah.
victim that they were trying to help.
Well,
You
it's
know?
even like the Somali guy that you were saying. Let's say he was a citizen of that country and he was stabbing someone, and then someone came and hit him in the head with that shovel. That person that hit him in the head to help the other person is
Mm.
still liable to get sued now. At
Yeah.
least in the U.S. I don't know about England and stuff, but in the U.S., you hit this person in the head, it could permanently damage them. Now they're crippled, or they have soft tissue damage. So even though you were doing a good thing, you'd still might have to be prosecuted in court in
Hmm.
front of a judge just to get away with it. And it's like, so sometimes, is your good deed worth the effort or the sacrifice that you're willing to make for this total stranger? So
Yeah, it's a real it's I don't know, man. It's a real touchy, because the thing is too, there's certain states that have the Good Samaritan law. Have you guys heard about that?
yeah, I think Florida is one of them. Like if you're
Is
doing
it?
the right thing, I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
it is. If you're doing the right thing and you know helping someone,
Yeah,
and it revolves you killing someone or something, you're totally
yeah,
safe. You're not getting sued
yeah.
or anything.
So exactly, there's that protection. I'm talking about both. Yeah, the protection of somebody rendering aid or helping a victim out, trying to help a victim out. It protects them legally, um, from getting sued, but also it prosecutes people from standing by and not doing anything. Have you heard of those laws? It's
Yes,
called the
yes.
Good Samaritan law.
I'm pretty sure Florida is one of them also. You're saying, like,
Yeah.
let's say you witness an accident, you don't call
Hmm.
911, and
You
no
don't
one
call
else drove up
911.
there, and
Yeah.
they see on CC camera somewhere that you drove by after witnessing an accident and no one's seen him for 30, 40 more minutes and that person died, you can actually get prosecuted for it.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it, I mean, I think it probably does more good than bad, but it's one of those things that
Yeah.
now you can get prosecuted if you don't report something. So
See,
it could have a adverse effect.
it goes back to that thing, basically, like doing something doesn't always mean fighting. It doesn't
Yeah.
always mean putting yourself at risk. It really goes back to just assessing the situation. What is it? What did we used to call 5 and 25s? Whenever you step out of a vehicle, checking your 5s and 25s,
Yeah, it's 5, 10s, 25,
five,
something like that.
something
It's
like
just the
that. Yeah.
meters in front of you
So,
before you get out.
exactly. So basically,
Yeah.
you're checking your surroundings. You have that situational awareness. You're able to be vigilant and assess the situation and make a decision. Okay, so this is something I can reasonably intervene and help this person out, or hey, it's too risky. Let me go ahead and figure some other way to help.
Call
Calling
someone who can
911,
do it. Yeah. Call
calling
someone who can do
911,
it.
remembering the license plate, memorizing his description, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Is the laws that do have the Good Samaritan laws stipulates that, hey, when reasonable, when if as long as you're not putting yourself in harm, right? And like, let's say it's dangerous for you to intervene, you can't get in trouble for that. You're consciously trying to keep yourself safe
Well,
and
calling
not
911 would be the help at that
yeah,
point,
of course.
So
Yeah, calling 911. Yeah. Yeah. But what were you gonna say, Brandon?
I just think that like people don't have that conscious to them to where
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would be their situational awareness. People don't understand that all you have to do is pay attention to certain things, right? Like you seen somebody get into a fight, you don't have to step in, but you could call immediately. How many times have you seen a video where these kids are jumping another kid, they're beating them,
Mm.
nobody calls the police, they just walk by, they don't give a what's going on, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of what your topic is. It's like, at what point do you feel that you need to be able to do something about it? And that doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
physically. You could just, hey, call the police right away. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
there's no reason why a bunch of people are beating the of one person. So there's no reason that
Yeah.
you should be walking by. I'm not saying get
Yeah.
up there and figure it out because they're probably going to jump you too.
You can just make noise. You can just yell at the person, like, hey, leave that person alone. Hey, I called the cops. Just
Right.
being vocal and loud and big might be able to deter the person and make him run off. But just standing there videotaping,
But it does
or
come
you
with
can,
risk, though.
heck, it does, because then
You
the
know?
attention could be on you.
It's not
Yep.
even
You
that.
know?
Let's say they did have a gun and they're like, oh, there's a witness. Let me go
There you go.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it does come down to, I think at the end of the day, is you have to know your capability and you also have to know the risk of it. Always going to have
Yeah.
a 50-50. And that's kind of that
Yep.
the fight or flight,
Yeah.
Is it worth it? For me, I don't think I think about that aspect of it. I have that protector attitude. Like if I can and I know I can help you, I'm going to help you. Um, Obviously, carrying is probably the best idea for anybody nowadays because someone who shouldn't be usually is. So everyone might as well, right?
There's people that don't like guns. One of my professors is one of those who doesn't feel confident with handling it or being around a gun. So you could always
Yeah.
buy pepper spray or even a taser too. It doesn't have to be a firearm if you're not comfortable with it.
Yeah,
And
non-lethal
I think,
options.
yeah, non-lethal.
Yeah.
So but I mean, those can pose a risk too, which we'll not discuss right now because it's going to get off
So
topic. But no matter what you do, can have the reverse effect of what you're trying to do. So
yeah.
You know, this kind of goes along with it. If you're a person who doesn't train how to fight, doesn't know how to protect themselves, doesn't carry, what are you doing in life?
Yeah.
Like these people out here
Yeah.
that don't know anything. It's like you don't think there may be a possibility that one day someone might attack you.
Yeah.
I've seen videos where people are getting attacked and they just curl up. They don't try to fight back, nothing. Like, yes, you're about to get stomped in, dude. Fight back, bite them, hit them in the nutsack. You know what I mean? Do something. And no, I can't
Yeah.
believe when I see people that are just sitting there like they just take it.
Sitting there taking it.
You'd be
Yeah, they're
surprised
taking
if you somebody just right. They might either pass
Hey,
out or
yeah,
be like,
oh.
oh,
Yeah.
this it's hard, you know, or he grabbed this
Yeah.
like, damn, he grabbed my. Do you know
Yeah,
how many people would
exactly.
stop?
Yeah. Grab.
Hey, like, do something, dude.
I think on that note, I think we should leave it to the audience.
Know your capabilities, be situational aware, and figure it.
Anyway, like Bradley said, just let us know what you guys think. All right, like what side of the fence do you stand on? You know, do you intervene? You know, or do you just stand by and call 911 at least, or don't do anything and just film and try to get views and likes on YouTube and bank on it,
Or just
know,
drive
just-
home.
or
Drive
just
home
drive
and go
home
to sleep.
and tell your wife about it, or not even mention anything.
Yeah, just go
You
to
know what I
bed.
mean? Yeah,
dream
just
about it.
Let us know in the comments.
Yep, just a food for thought. That being said, 22 seconds your way.